Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to another Mindy's Mayhem Monday tips. Sorry I'm a little late. I was trying to decorate while, you know, 3 minutes before going live, I decide I don't like the background because of the snow. I'm here in my office doing my live instead of at home, and we've been filling all our orders from the weekend, and it's just it's been total mayhem. And true mayhem style, I'm doing things last minute because that's just how I am. I couldn't stop filling orders to try to get organized for the live. Why? I had 5 minutes to get ready, so we're good. So hopefully you appreciate this quilt that I just slapped up on my office wall because I wanted something pretty. This is Prismatic Star. This is one of the classes I taught, I think even back at the old location. So it's got some nostalgia for me. So I'm really loving it. But today, because of the snow and everything going on, it's crazy here in our area. I think I got 10, 11 inches at my home. So we were definitely snowed in. I'm never snowed in. My car will go anywhere. But it was great to call it a snow day for everybody, just for safety's sake. Hopefully a lot of you got a lot of sewing done. So I appreciate all of you that took advantage of our Valentine's sale, our free shipping, any of those, all of those. Thank you so much. We had so many orders to fulfill this morning. So thank you so much. It definitely helps keep the lights on and the doors open. So, hey Norma, thanks. I love this quilt too. It's one of my favorites. So really for today, I just grabbed a couple things from our sales floor that I think are just kind of key items to potentially have in your sewing room to make life easier. So I'm just gonna talk about a couple things for today and let you get back to sewing. I haven't had my coffee either. One of the new things that we literally just got in is the Ruby ruler. So what I love about this is it definitely helps you with color. Well, look, and I even put this quilt up. So you probably can't tell from a distance, but what's really nice is you can hold it up against colors to see how they start to read. So it's a great tool just to teach value. We just got them in. They're on the website, and they're just called Ruby Ruler. And definitely we have some fun little tips on the back. So if you are one of those people that struggle with value and color, that's a great thing to have. And it's just looks like a 5-inch. So 5-inch square ruler, which is always handy to have in your sewing room. Oh goodness, Diane, 16 inches? That's a lot of snow. So you're hopefully doing a lot of sewing. Gypsy Gripper. This guy, you've probably seen it on my rulers that I've shown at home. I have it on my 8.5 by 24.5 inch ruler. And we use it here in the shop for our big 8.5 by 24.5 inch ruler, but it works on other sizes. What's really nice is it's a good bigger size for keeping your ruler under control. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll see me show you. You're just pressing right down, even in the middle of the handle, and it's just helping distribute your weight so you're not trying to inchworm across a ruler. And it just suction cups. So you suction cup it to your ruler. You can move it around as you need it or take it off if it's bugging you on a specific project and then put it back on. So it's really nice because it's not a permanent fixture, but it's there when you need it. So we really love them. We have them on all our rulers. I'm sure my phone, I forget to turn it off. It's definitely Monday on a snow day. If you've seen in my sewing room, and maybe you haven't, or you've seen them here in the shop, Quilter's pressing mats. So these are the wool pressing mats. I love them. They are thick. So I have mine at home on it's it's a butcher block. So for like a kitchen, so it's on the wood top and it's thick enough that the iron has not damaged the wood block. Not that I care, but it's nice so that if you have it on potentially not an ironing board surface, but a countertop or those kinds of things, it's going to help protect it. The nice thing about the wool pressing mats is they retain heat. So the idea is you're going to put your block on it, give a firm press, let it sit there for just a little bit. So I've definitely retrained myself in my pressing that I kind of press and then I let it sit there and then I'll take it off. And so that retained heat just kind of keeps working its way in the fabric to make everything nice and crisp. So a lot of times if people are asking me, how do I get my seams so flat? Definitely using this wool pressing mat is a big key for me. And they come in multiple sizes. This one, what is this, 14-inch square. And then there's a little travel size and then there's a bigger size. So you can kind of pick and choose what fits your area that you're trying to work with. They do occasionally have an odor to them. I know sometimes mine will get kind of a weird wet wool odor. Doesn't usually bother me much, but you can go to this company, their website. They teach you how to create a solution that you can spray on it that will essentially Febreze the odor out and remove that kind of musty wool odor. I'm not sure why that word's being difficult for me today. Odor. So otherwise, that's the only negative thing I've heard. Potentially, if you have a wool allergy, it may bother you. So those are the only concerns I've ever had with this. Otherwise, absolutely love this thing. Mine's not looking so pretty because it's had a rough life in my home, but it still works amazing, and I've had it year and a half, 2 years now, quite a while. So it's definitely a good investment. It doesn't fall apart. It doesn't start to get any divots or anything. I haven't had any other issue. It hasn't separated or any of those other concerns that I've heard. It's definitely stayed nice and sturdy. So that's one of those things in my sewing room that I definitely recommend to everybody. And then one of the new things I got in that I'm super excited is a felt design wall. So Gypsy Quilter, you can tell we love her stuff. She comes up with some great products. If you struggle for a design wall in your room, this is a nice felt one. Let's see, it is 60 by 72. So if you're trying to lay out throw size or smaller, this definitely does the trick for you. It's nice and lightweight. Let's pull it out of the bag. If you've seen in my room, I have flannel, but this is a nice felt. So your blocks are gonna stick to it. And like you can see, you can fold it up, tuck it away if you don't necessarily have a wall. Like I kind of don't. I had to make a makeshift wall. Otherwise, you can just spread it out, pin it up to your wall, and then like they show, then you can just hang your blocks on it. It's thin enough that if you have some heavier blocks, you could pin them to the felt versus if you're concerned about them falling down. But otherwise, it's kind of like using flannel. It's just a nice grippy texture. And I like the gray. The gray gives definitely a not so harsh background to, say, if you're trying to play with color. You don't have that stark white. Gray in a neutral definitely makes it a little different looking at colors that you're playing with. Oh, Cindy, which one do you want me to hold up again? The design wall? So it's nice, lightweight, thin. You could trim it down to a different size if you're working with a different size. So we just got these in the store, and let's see, $39.99. They're pretty reasonable. Waiting, I have to keep scrolling for people's messages. All right, Cindy. Hopefully that's what you wanted to see. Otherwise, the wool pressing mat, Quilter's pressing mat. This is the 14-inch size. And you know what's funny is mine is more rectangular. It's like 12 by 18 or something. I'm trying to remember. I didn't grab that one. But it fits nicely on my butcher block. Okay, so there's the pressing mat, Cindy, for you. And maybe it's these instructions you're looking. I don't struggle even much with ironing like larger pieces of fabric. So if I'm ironing yardage, mine is wide enough that with it folded in half, it still fits within the mat. So just make sure you're measuring what space you're trying to work with before you come check out the different sizes that we have. And I'm sure there's other brands and other people that make them. We definitely can try to order them in. If you've seen reviews on somebody else's, we can, definitely we'll track down and see if we can get them in for you. So keep that in mind. If you see something out there and you're interested in it and potentially we don't have it or you don't know if we have it, just message us. You can message us through Facebook or info@quiltingmayhem.com and just ask. Say, hey, so-and-so was showing this ruler, this gadget, this marking tool. Do you have it? Can you get it? Just let us know. Generally, we can track it down. There are some things that people are distributing through who knows what weird distributor or only through themselves. And then we'll just let you know that unfortunately we can't. But we definitely appreciate you ordering through us on most of your notions and things. Because we know Amazon's out there. We know it gets to you a lot faster than we can sometimes. But we do the best we can to make sure that we can accommodate. And maybe it's something cool that we need to bring in. I mean, definitely, I'm all about the cool gadgets and tools. Let me know. I love hearing about new things. I've had customers come in and talk up hand needles and different thimbles and all kinds of things. So we love hearing about it. Just let us know, because we may think it's just the neatest thing and we need to have it too. So absolutely just let us know. You're welcome, Cindy. But that's the couple cool things that definitely I would recommend in your sewing room right now to help keep you organized, be able to have your blocks on display, keep your rulers under control, keep your colors under control, especially this guy, because I know that is one of the biggest things I hear from people is they struggle with color. So this is definitely a fun tool to use when you're trying to decide what fabrics you want to put in a project. Okay, so, and this isn't the only one. We've had the Ruby Beholder and some of those kinds of things. And we also have like color wheels. So if that is an area that you're tackling this year, we'll definitely help keep you organized. So just ask us. And definitely as we start to get more classes in the store, hopefully as things get a little better with COVID and those kinds of things, we'll have classes on color, fabric pulling, putting your fabrics together for your projects, all those kinds of things. Hopefully we'll get like our Mayhem Makers Club back up and running and some fun stuff like that. So we hear you. We know some of those areas that you struggle and you're wanting us to give you help. We just got to get back rolling the way we were a year ago. It's been a while. Otherwise, we do have some of our small classes are coming back. So keep an eye on the newsletter. It'll be out tomorrow, our website, all those kinds of things, our social media. If you're not getting our newsletter and you need it, you can always shoot us an email, info@quiltingmayhem. Otherwise, go to our website. You can sign up for the newsletter on our website, because it's definitely the most informative on what collections we get in, what specials we're running, what machine things we have going on, events, everything. It's so chock full of info, and we know every week we look at it and go, oh my God, there's so much info in there, but it's worth it to scroll through it. I will suggest that it's always something you want to scroll all the way to the end, because every once in a while I sneak a little discount in the bottom too, a little coupon code for you. So that's my hot tip for you guys that are watching me, is definitely keep your eye on the bottom of the newsletter, because every once in a while I'll sneak something in there to make sure I know who's actually reading it to the end and who just glazes through the beginning like I do. A lot of times. Well, I mean, I have to look through it all, but other people's newsletters, I'm just as guilty. I kind of look at the top and go, yeah, that looks good. So look at it all. It's You'll be surprised what you find in there. We do have our Kona Color Challenge out, so if you're looking for something fun and new, that's a fun one where you need to work with the Kona color of the year, which is Horizon, in your project. At least I believe 25% of it needs to be in the project, but you get to pick your pattern that you work with, your design, and it doesn't have to necessarily be quilts. We've gotten in jackets and bags and all kinds of things. So it's a fun challenge that doesn't put a lot of restrictions on you, so you can kind of work in the areas that you love, but it encourages you to be creative. So hopefully you're having a good Monday. Ours has actually it's been really good. It's been crazy. It's been mayhem, but really good. So you guys you keep sewing and having fun. Let us know what you want me to talk about. I'm working on getting things like your request for tension and needles and those kinds of things. We'll be talking about those, some different rulers. I'm not sure. I need more suggestions, because as much as I think I know I have a lot of things to talk about, I want to know what you want to hear. So info@quiltingmayhem.com. Tell me what you want me to talk about. I'll talk about binding, all kinds of things. You just tell me, and I'll add it to my list. So, all right, guys. Hopefully you're staying safe, working on some fun projects. Definitely do show and tell on our Facebook page or our Instagram. We love seeing everything you're working on. So please make sure you keep sharing with us, and have a great Monday. Keep on stitching.